Heyo, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darth Rich and we are back with Star Citizen. Thank you very much for taking some time out of your very busy and important days to have a look at my video. At the moment I'm just checking the readout on our swirly meter and everything looks like it's just fine. So because of this we can move on and have a look at the ship that we've got in our hangar today. We're in the Revel in York hangar, as we have been of recent times. And a beautiful hangar it is as well. Now, today we are looking at the Aegis Avenger. Now, if any of you have watched my first attempt at a YouTube video, you'll notice that we've already had a look around the Aegis Avenger. But since that was quite a few weeks ago, and let's face it, I didn't really know what I was doing back then. The audio levels were a bit low. I thought it was a good chance to get this back in the hangar, have a look at it and see what's what. Now, hands down, I think it looks absolutely magnificent. I think it's a stunning looking ship. Don't know if it's the shape or the colours, but it's quite reminiscent of you know, our great era of space shuttle launches, and you know, seeing those, and it's you know, even in-game lore, this is quite an aging spacecraft as it stands anyway. It was a ship that was used as a patrol craft for the UEE, and since they've been discontinued or they've stopped using those, then quite a few of them are finding their way into the civilian market, which is why we're able to get our grubby little mitts on them and fly them around the galaxy and use them for purposes that only we want to use them for. Now, because they were a patrol craft, they're kitted out in a different way to quite a few of the other, well, certainly a lot of the other single-seater ships in Star Citizen at this moment in time, and it gives us quite a unique experience. So not only is it a very unique-looking spacecraft, it also has some quite unique features as well, which we'll have a good look at in a minute. As far as dimensions are concerned, it's 19 meters in length and it's 14.25 meters across, and it stands a very majestic 5.4 meters in height. It's as I said, it's a single seater, so it's designed just for a single pilot to be able to utilize it and function it to its maximum capabilities. Whether we'll be able to carry a dormant passenger, I don't really know as yet, but that'll be interesting to find out, because there are some very, very limited living quarters on this ship, which we'll have a good look at in a second. If we just want to get in here and just have a quick look, we can see the textures and the detail on the design of this ship is really exquisite. It's absolutely gorgeous. Don't know if it quite shows up or translate quite as well into to these videos that I put up. I don't know, but looking at it here, it looks pretty fantastic. You can see the textures just there on the wing tip. It just looks like it's you know, it's been used and maybe a bit battered. It looks like it's seen quite a few atmosphere re-entries and stuff like that. So I think it looks very, very nice indeed. We've got that wonderful Aegis Dynamics logo there, just on the tail there, and then just on these wingtip we can see their name, brandishing them across the galaxy. As far as offensive options are concerned, this is actually quite interesting, because it's a little bit different than some of the other spacecraft that I've flown so far. As far as damage is concerned, so causing damage to your adversary in the space or the skies, then we've got this very, very significant. You can't miss it. We've got this ballistic cannon right on the front here, and this is the Tiger Streak T21. If we just get our nose up in that, we can see some very, very nice metallic textures there, looking almost realistic in parts. Very, very nice indeed. Got that beautiful nose cone looking up there all the way to the pilot's cockpit. we just want to crouch down and just get a bit of a closer look, we can see the disconnect plug. Presumably connect is the preferential position for that. And then we've got some either power cables or maybe some fuel lines there just running in to this ballistic cannon, which brings us just back here to the front landing gear. Again, looking very, very nice. Got lots of cables there. Looks like carries probably the brake fluid or some hydraulic fluid. And we can see where it houses itself up on the inside of the Avenger there. Going underneath here, we can see some more pipes. Looks like perhaps some heating exhaust pipes, and presumably our shield generation comes from somewhere around this region as well. Yeah, so very, very nice indeed. As we look just above us, we've got some maneuvering thrusters. Look reasonably substantial. Very, very nice indeed. The factory maneuvering thrusters are the Hydra Propulsion M116. It's got 8 of them dotted around this spacecraft to give us plenty of maneuvering options. We do have some missiles. Not a huge amount, but we've got these image recognition Stalker IRs. We've got 2 of these on either side, so if we're wanting to unleash hell, then we perhaps not be able to do that, but we'll be able to make a significant impact by letting a few of these off. Now, most interestingly, we've got the Sucker Punch distortion cannons. Now, these cannons are not designed to actually damage your target ship. They're looking to disable it in some way, so they actually target the ship's power supply rather than actually looking to damage it in somewhat. Now, it is advertised as an interceptor / interdiction spacecraft on the RSI website, which I suppose is quite accurate, really, because if you're perhaps wanting to utilize this ship as a bounty hunter ship, you might not want to blast your foe into smithereens and scatter them across the galaxy. Perhaps you just want to just shut down their ship, get close, and either negotiate by comms, or perhaps maybe even board by force. And then if you want to take your target alive, then it certainly gives you the option without doing them any severe damage or perhaps even killing them. So yeah, very, very interesting option. I have had a little play around with this in Arena Commander. I am an expert by no means. I've certainly got a lot to learn as far as Arena Commander is concerned, but I kind of struggled to make these effective in the Arena Commander in the Vandal Swarm, but that's purely because it's probably not the best weapon that we could have attached to our spacecraft at this moment in time for that option anyway. We've got these beautiful wingtips, as we showed. We had the Aegis Dynamics just on there on the wingtips, and then we've got these lovely kind of red light accents just on the side. I've got some blue ones on the front. And we've got, if we just get underneath here, we've got some more maneuvering thrusters. They do look quite substantial, actually. Really good indeed. I'm not quite sure what this is. I think it's perhaps a landing light, is it? Not entirely sure, but everything's looking very nice. And we've got this huge forward-facing thruster. And I do love this angle of the ship. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very, very nice indeed. Now, the factory engine is the Hammer Propulsion HL 2.4, which is a TR4. The max engine primary thruster is a TR5, which, now I'm no Space Citizen guru, but that sounds like a huge engine for this type of ship. Just as comparison, the Constellation Andromeda actually carries 4 TR5s, so you can imagine on a spacecraft of this size, that may be overkill, I don't know, but it's certainly going to give you a great boost of speed if you're wanting to travel from one place to another fairly quickly. So that's going to be really interesting to see if that stands, because as we know, all this is subject to change at any given time. Now we've got this substantial cargo bay. We can kind of see even from the outside that there's quite a lot going on inside there, and we've got these double landing gear at the back. We can't really get a look fully underneath there, but we can see where they pull up into, and they're housed just underneath. And then if we just open the main cargo door, that's a really nice action. Apart from our runners look like they've just dropped out there of yeah, so perhaps we won't pick up too much on that. That certainly needs looking at. We'll have to get the engineer onto that one. Be interested to see. Yeah, see, just a little bit of collision detection problem there, but wonderful sounds. I love all the sounds of the opening and closing mechanisms of Star Citizens. We can see the level of detail. There's just a little bit of rust line just on some of those support struts there, and we can see where there's kind of rivets and locks there, and then we've got what looks like some kind of venting system just above us here. Now, we did give the example of using this as a bounty hunter ship, and what we've got here in the back even more so gives us the option to perhaps use this as a bounty hunter ship, because we've got 4 prisoner transport pods. So we can actually just get up here. We can open one of these up. Now you can see in there, there's not an awful lot of room. And as I mentioned before, perhaps if you deserve to be in there, you perhaps don't deserve to travel in luxury. So you're going to about just get one person in there, whether it's got some sort of, I don't know, stasis capabilities or food, or I don't know what. I don't know how long you'll be able to keep people alive in there, but obviously space is very limited. Looks like perhaps we are going to have some kind of readouts on these, whether it's going to actually feed back live information to us on the status of the person actually inside or not. Then that'll be interesting to find out. But you know, I think these are absolutely fantastic. We've obviously seen the prisoner transport pods in the Cutlass Blue, but these are completely different. These may be meant more for a short-term flight, so perhaps you're going to go a couple of systems away, find your target, disable them with your distortion cannons, either negotiate their surrender or take them by force, stick in one of the pods, and perhaps redeem a bounty at one of the starports. So that's something I could certainly see happening with a ship like this. Rather interestingly, we've got quite a substantial carrying capacity as far as cargo is concerned as well. It's advertised that the Avenger can carry 32 freight units. So if we compare that to some of the other smaller spacecraft, i.e. the Origin 300 series or the RSI Auroras, that's actually quite a lot. So I don't really see any reason not to, perhaps look at the Avenger if you're looking to come in at a reasonably low price point. You also get the AeroView hangar with the Avenger as well, which is a nice little upgrade. So definitely got a place in anybody's hangar, I think, really. Just looking down at our feet, we can see we've got some cables. It's not fully clear exactly what these do. Have we got 4? No, we've only got 3 pipes there. It looks like they could be running underneath to perhaps these prisoner pods. So whether they do feed oxygen in there or maybe any other gases perhaps to sustain alien life or something like that, then that is a distinct possibility. Okay, so up here we can open what looks like a pressurized lock. So we can get in here, and again, there's not a huge amount of room, perhaps a bit of storage down here. It's all looking very nice. I like the theme of the colours, the black and the white and the dark grey. And if you think about, we've had the prisoner pods in the back, and then we've got this section here. This is quite a substantial amount of space for a small ship. And we've actually also got a bed here as well. So if we just want to bring that down, we can climb up inside. Again, there's not an awful lot of room, but you know, if we are going on a slightly longer journey, then we're surely going to be able to rest ourselves well to make sure that we're able to handle anything that's thrown at us when we're in the pilot's seat. So from here we can see our way through, and as far as I know, this is the only way that we do actually access the cockpit. And very, very smooth animation there. Everything's looking very nice indeed as we fling ourselves into to the cockpit. So here we are now inside this cockpit. Really good view all the way around. You know, uninterrupted almost all the way around. So we're going to be able to see exactly what's going on, which is going to be really important if we are trying to intercept somebody, or we you know, want to perhaps keep up with our fleet convoy or something like that. We're going to be able to keep them in sight manually. We see the twin flight stick arrangement here. The flight sticks look slightly different. Again, it's kind of, everything looks a little bit more aged in here, which, you know, certainly fits in with the lore and the story behind this spacecraft. You know, it looks like it's a good few years behind in tech compared to some of the other spaceships that we've seen so far. You know, when we compare it to things like the 300 series and, you know, ships like that, it looks a little bit more dated. But I kind of like that. I think it looks really good. I think it's something quite nice about it. And if it does have less flying aids or anything like that, then it maybe is more of a purist spacecraft. And you know, we all get nostalgic about things, so perhaps it's a spacecraft that your guy could use if he perhaps learnt to fly in it in Squadron 42 or in your backstory or something like that. Then it's going to be a nice place to be to reminisce and also have an impact on the persistent universe as well. So obviously we don't know what these displays are going to show us. We can see we've got our feet on the rudder pedals there, and presumably these will give us information feedback with regarding shield and stuff like that. It's a nice place to be. Nice place to be. So we just want to sling ourselves out here. Very nice. A little bit of clipping issue there just as we're going forward, but it's, you know, this is all work in progress, so I'm sure it will become a lot more polished. Now, you can fly the Avenger in Arena Commander, as we mentioned, and I personally think it's an absolutely beautiful ship. Really very nice indeed. And I think that's about it really for our little walk around today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you have managed to make it this far into this video, then thank you very, very much. It's very, very, very much appreciated. Loving making the videos. They're going to be coming pretty regularly. Probably do around 2 videos a week. We're still working our way through some of the ships. It was noted today that a week today, the Orion is going to be available for concept purchase. Ooh, that's a little bit interesting. See, trading and mining and stuff like that is something that really interests me. I'm sure it's going to be a very expensive ship. Well, very expensive for my budget anyway. But we'll have to wait and see, I think. Be nice to finally see the design of it and such. I'm very interested to see that. And over the coming weeks, so we're definitely going to get the constellations in here and have a good look at those. We've still got the Super Hornet to look at. There's just so much going on that ship that I don't probably feel fully comfortable talking about it just yet. So we might have a look at that next, might have a look at a constellation, not entirely sure yet. But if you have enjoyed the video, then, you know, feel free to click on the old thumbs up. If you've not liked it, or you've been offended by it in any way, then please feel free to also hit the thumbs down. But if you do, please also leave a comment and let me know why. If by any chance you've really enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more of these, then I'd be very much thankful if you'd hit the subscribe button. As I said, there will be more Star Citizen videos coming very shortly, and another couple of things, a couple of ideas that I've perhaps got, because I'm kind of enjoying doing these. It's kind of hard to fit in the time to do them, obviously with you know, working and living and other things, but really enjoying taking time out and doing these videos, so there will be more things coming. And if you do hit the subscribe button, it's very, very much appreciated. And if you'd like to hit a comment down below, if I've made any omissions or any errors, or you feel that I've missed something that other people might find of interest, then please feel free to stick a comment below. I very much like to hear from you, even if you just want to say hello. That's always very much appreciated too. So I've been Darth Rich, and this has been Star Citizen. Bye for now, and we'll see you soon.